I've waited 2.5 years to make this video, and the day is finally here.
You know how it goes. Hours of scrolling, looking for that one project bike. I finished a Yamaha DT build, but honestly, it just didn't scratch the itch. I needed something a bit more challenging. So then I found this, a Yamaha Fazer 600. The frame was literally chopped off, and it just looked like an absolute disaster. So obviously I couldn't say no. Now, after 2.5 years of neglect and questionable decisions, let's see if this bike will actually start. But before we get there, there's a couple things that we need to do. We have got the carburetors and also the fan to go on. I have rebuilt the bottom parts of the carburetors already, so I put some new screws in there so they are functional. And I did have the bike running with these carburetors on before, so I haven't changed any of the settings, so it should work. Now, as for all the wiring that you may have seen in the other videos, I managed to kind of squeeze it all in there, and I will have to do something about it. Yes, I know. The box is still going to be coming out because I still need to finish carbon fiber covering it anyway. And I spent the last couple of days, or nearly a week actually, figuring out why I didn't get any spark on the HD coils. That actually ended up being a loose connection in one of these dodgy wires, and also there was a bad earth. So I ended up actually grinding out some of these points here, and the HD leads and the coils and everything got good earth now, so that should all be working. So that summarizes everything that we need to do today, or I need to do. You can sit back and watch me do this. And so I guess let's begin. I think we're going to start with the radiator. Let me just say this radiator was supposed to be in a much better condition when I bought it off of eBay. The listing said fair condition, and my plan was simple: sand it, paint it, restore it, and throw it on the bike. But as you can see, it's not exactly in its prime, and very far off being in fair condition. So I'll bite the bullet and buy a brand new one. I guess that's what I get for going cheap. Now, after connecting every single pipe on the radiator from both sides, I decided to then connect the fan as well, so during my testing procedure I can actually figure out if it works or if it doesn't. Alright, now that that's done, the radiator's on. There's one more pipe actually I just noticed that we gotta do. But anyway, radiator's done. Now it's time for the carburetor to go in. So I think everything's on there. I'm missing the little clips. I'm gonna find the clips. And these are the clips I was talking about. They actually hold the carburetor on the engine and stops any leaks coming through. After I put those on, the carburetor was a little bit tricky to put on, so I actually ended up putting a little bit of grease around the rims of the intakes, which actually helped seat the carburetor in. Now we just gotta connect it all up and put some oil in it, and hopefully we should be starting. Let's go! Once the carb was in, I hooked up the choke cable, tested it, which obviously worked perfectly. Then I moved on to the throttle cables. I figured out which way they went, used a couple of screwdrivers to hold the throttle open. I ended up actually loosening the entire carburetor to get better access. You can see here it was much easier. After that, I fitted the fuel pump, the fuel filter, and the HD coils, which all mount on the same bracket. The last piece of the puzzle, this little connector here. I just click that in there, the cover over it, like so. I need to get some coolant into the radiator, go get some fresh fuel for the petrol tank. I'm going to use the same petrol tank that I used before, the blue one, and later in another video I'm going to do a full carbon fiber petrol tank skinning process for that. But for now, I'm pretty certain I've got it all in there. It's been, like I said, 2.5 years, and I've got 2 pipes that I have no idea where they're going. I've checked everything, but I guess we'll see if it leaks. I've got a fresh oil filter, which I need to put in. I gotta tell you, this is the stage where the excitement really kicked in, and I'll admit, a bit of anxiety too. It's been a long time coming, and a lot of work has gone into this bike. It's challenged me in more ways than I could ever have imagined, and for now, I guess this is the moment of truth. Right, I don't know if this is gonna work, but everything's connected, fuel's in, so I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens. Now, I didn't know this at the time of actually starting it for the first time, but I realized I wasn't getting any fuel, so I just gave it a little bit of easy start to see if it will help kick over.
Oh! Come on, baby.
Now, that low burble that you heard, well, unfortunately for me, that was the only burble that I could get out of it.
I don't think I'm getting any fuel here. Oh. We got a massive oil leak here. Oh my god. Okay. This might be a problem. Check this out. They got a massive oil leak coming from the sump. I think I may have not put the sump on properly or something. Okay, major problems. Where do I start? Number one, we've got massive oil leak from the oil pan. And number two, we've got massive fuel leak from the bottom of the carburetors. You can see here, I've put a lot of towels here. So I've rebuilt this actually. And when I put the gaskets in and everything else, I'm pretty sure I put everything in correctly. And you can actually see it all dripping out. Oh, I was really hoping I didn't have to do that. I'm gonna have to take the carburetor back out and take the whole sump out, which means exhaust back off and everything else. I don't really know what to do. I was really hoping that would be it, but the coolant's not leaking. Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna stop the video here, and then we're gonna just continue this in the next video. Okay. Hang on. I may have fixed the issue. The fuel leak was where the float is, it was actually loose. And I managed to fix it, and I just had some fuel running through it, and it looks like it's not leaking at the moment. So I'm gonna give it one more go and turn over the engine. I do have the oil pan gasket on its way. Let's just give it a go just before we go. That was the first rev in 2.5 years. Oh, you beautiful thing. That was loud. Hang on, let me put a end count on this and try this again. Okay, let's try it again.
Now, it's probably worth mentioning that I have no air filter on this and it's direct into the carburetors. So obviously I'm going to be putting some pod filters on there and it will be going on a dyno to get properly tuned. For now, I just wanted to get it running a little bit better so it doesn't sound like it's trying to blow itself up.
It's loud. Okay, carburetor's got to come out because, well, it's leaking fuel. I'm going to have to rebuild it anyway, and I'm going to have to do the oil part because obviously that's smoking quite badly, but I can't tell you how happy I am about this. Let me just wind this down a little bit. I'm just winding the revs down a little bit. Running good. All right, I'll see you in the next one.